Assalamu alaikum. As we often hear the statement that Islam is the fastest growing religion in the world, however, this statement is not accurate simply because Islam has begun spreading rapidly in recent times. If we study Islamic history, we find that Islam has been spreading faster than all other religions, not just today, but consistently for the past 1400 years. The difference lies mainly in two factors. First, in the past, platforms like YouTube and social media did not exist, so stories like these were not widely shared or heard. Today, due to social media, such news reaches us much more frequently. Secondly, social media has enabled the message of Islam to reach Western societies far more quickly, which has naturally increased the visibility and pace of Islam's spread. Now, let us move towards today's video. In this video, we will listen to the story of a sister who accepted Islam, someone who was not only a devoted Christian but also actively involved in preaching Christianity. She even traveled to several countries for this mission.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Medina, and today I want to share my life story with you, how I accepted Islam. I was born a Christian. My mother was Muslim and my father was Christian, so I grew up in a family where two different religions existed. Sadly, my parents got divorced when I was very young. After that, my mother took my younger sister and moved away, while my brother and I stayed with our father. Because of this, my upbringing, education, and early years of life were spent with my father. Since my father was Christian, I was naturally raised in a Christian environment. From a young age, I went to church regularly. I was taught the Bible, and Christian teachings were a big part of my daily life. From school to college and then university, church remained an important part of my life. I wasn't just a casual follower, I truly believed in Christianity from my heart. At a very young age, I also started preaching Christianity. For me, it wasn't just a duty, it was something I enjoyed doing. I truly believed that I was guiding people to the right path. During my college years, I joined an organization that was actively involved in Christian missionary work. We would go to different places, talk to people, answer their questions, and introduce them to the message of Jesus Christ, peace be upon him. Through this organization, I also got the chance to travel to Israel and Jerusalem several times for missionary trips. This meant a lot to me. I was very happy during those trips and felt deep inside that I was doing something holy and meaningful. I felt proud that I was able to visit places that are very important in Christianity and share my message with people there. All of this happened about 12 years ago, and at that time I had no doubts or questions in my heart. As time passed, I entered university and chose political science as my major. I had always been interested in how politics, religion, and geography are connected and how they influence each other. I felt this subject matched my interests and way of thinking, and maybe this choice later became the reason for many new thoughts and questions in my life. After graduating from university, my life took a completely new turn. I got married soon after, and that's when my family life began. At that time, I thought life would now become stable, safe, and straightforward. But reality turned out to be very different. My marriage was not a happy experience. Over time, problems increased, compromises disappeared, and eventually, at the age of 27, with 2 small children, I got divorced and separated from my husband. This was the hardest phase of my life. Suddenly, I found myself as a single mother, carrying the responsibility of my children while also trying to hold myself together emotionally. To keep it short, it wasn't just my marriage that broke after my first divorce. My faith in God also began to shake. I started asking myself questions I had never asked before. I wondered, does God really exist at all? And if he does, why doesn't he answer my prayers? Why doesn't my pain end? I had gone to church. I had worshipped my whole life. So why did all of this happen to me? These questions kept circling in my mind, and deep inside, I was completely broken. After the divorce, I went through severe emotional stress and sadness. I was upset all the time. I cried over small things, and I felt like life had taken everything away from me. During this period, I slowly started leaning toward atheistic ideas. I began to think that maybe God, religion, and prayer were just ways people comfort themselves, and that none of it was real. About a year after the divorce, my mental state slowly started to improve. I tried to pull myself together and move back toward a better life. I decided to be strong for my children. But the truth was that during this entire time, I had become completely lost from the inside. My belief in God and religion was almost gone. I began to see life only through a material and worldly lens. I believed only in what I could see, and anything I couldn't understand, I wasn't ready to accept. At that time, I didn't realize where I was heading. I only knew that I had gone very far from my old beliefs, my old mindset, and the inner peace I once had. During this period, something strange but very beautiful started to happen in my life. At that time, I didn't even realize where all of this was leading me. I just remember that around those days, I made a new connection with Khadija. And you might be wondering, who is this Khadija? Yes, none other than Khadija, may Allah be pleased with her, the wife of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. What actually happened was that I was following a Muslim person on social media who shared awareness about Islam.
Before continuing, we have a humble request. If you are interested in hearing more stories of people accepting Islam, please subscribe to our channel Opted Islam and press the bell icon so you can receive notification whenever we upload a new video. Additionally, please share your thoughts in the comment section along with the name of your city and let us know how you found today's video.
In his talks, he would repeatedly say, especially to women, read the life of Khadija. Look at her life. Understand how she lived. He mentioned Khadija so often that one day I said to myself, what is so special about her life? That's where it all began. I started reading about the life of Khadija, may Allah be pleased with her, and honestly, the more I read about her, the more I felt a strange sense of closeness in my heart. It felt like I was slowly getting to know her, as if a quiet friendship was forming between us. I learned that Khadija, may Allah be pleased with her, like me, had lived alone after divorce. She was also a working woman, a successful businesswoman. She had entrusted Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, with the responsibility of her business. Reading all of this, it felt like I was reading my own story, just in a different time. Slowly, my love and connection with Khadija, may Allah be pleased with her, kept growing, and that love started pulling me toward Islam. After the divorce, I had gone very far away from Allah, but now, little by little, Allah himself was calling me back. In fact, to be honest, this was probably the first time I was truly getting close to Allah. Because before this, even in my younger years when I used to preach Christianity, I never felt closeness to God the way I was feeling it now. Now my prayers, my conversations, and even my questions were coming straight from my heart, not out of habit or obligation. The life of Khadija, may Allah be pleased with her, became a powerful source of guidance for me. After the declaration of prophethood, she not only believed in Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, she also stood by his side in spreading and supporting Islam. Knowing all of this increased my respect and attraction towards Islam. After my divorce, I had lived a very broken and difficult life myself, and that's why I was deeply inspired by Khadija. May Allah be pleased with her. I often thought about how, despite being divorced, she remained so strong, dignified, and courageous. Even before Islam, she held a very high status and respect in Mecca, and this fact kept making me reflect again and again. Around this time, I started following more and more people on social media who talked about Islam and invited others to it. I listened, I read, and quietly absorbed everything into my heart. I want to clarify one thing here. Since childhood, I did not have a special liking for Islam. To be honest, I didn't like Islam, and up until my first marriage, I also kept some distance from Muslims. However, there was one thing. One of my close friends followed Buddhism, and after graduating from university, she accepted Islam. I used to talk to her a lot and asked her many questions about Islam, but then marriage, divorce, and life circumstances changed everything, and eventually I lost contact with her as well. Later on, I decided to learn about Islam on my own. I bought several books about Islam, started listening to different scholars online, and also began attending lectures at mosques regularly. I continued learning a lot from people who were inviting others to Islam on social media. All of this was happening quietly, without any announcement. But inside my heart, a major transformation was taking place, and I didn't even realize how far this journey was going to take me. Among all the people I was following online, there was one man who actually lived in my area. I was already very influenced by his talks, and slowly I started attending his gatherings in person as well. Going there, listening, understanding, and quietly reflecting became a regular part of my life. What impressed me the most about Islam was the consistency in its teachings. The entire Muslim community follows one Quran, and the core beliefs are the same for everyone. In Christianity, on the other hand, every denomination has its own version of the Bible. There isn't even an original Bible available. What we have are English translations, and even those translations are interpreted differently by each church and sect. In contrast, the Quran is a book that you can get from anywhere in the world, and it will be exactly the same. There is not even the smallest difference in a single word. This gave my heart a deep sense of peace and satisfaction. And it's not just the Quran. The basic teachings of Islam are the same as well. You can listen to any scholar in any country, and they will tell you the same core message. This consistency and clarity kept drawing me closer to Islam. Another beautiful thing about Islam that really touched me was that Muslims don't only respect Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, but they also honor the prophets of the Jews and Christians and all other prophets as well. Muslims believe in the Torah, the Psalms, and the Bible as revealed books, just as they believe in the Quran. Then one day came that became the turning point of my life. I was attending a gathering by Khalil Sahib, and it was December 25th, 2021. After that gathering, I recited the Shahada and accepted Islam. From that day until today, every single day and every moment, I feel the mercy of Allah pouring down upon me. Allah blessed me with a wonderful life partner who accepted me along with my children, and today I am living a peaceful and happy life. My husband is involved in the work of dawah and tabligh, and from my heart, I also want to dedicate my life to this noble mission of inviting others to Islam. I want to be a support for my husband in the same way that Khadija, may Allah be pleased with her, was a support to her husband, the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him.